he posted one day that there was a bomb threat. And if you want to pull up number one,
let's pull up
Harry's initial tweet, he said that there is a bomb threat that was sent to me, my university, and my management team. Who's this management team? Because I'd like
Cowlette
to
Management,
know
who's paid by the DNC allegedly.
Yeah.
What do they call Jimmy? Cowlette?
Cowlette.
I'm surprised you don't work for him. Okay, go ahead.
I think they already proved that he is paid by the DNC.
I do.
But he was so serious here. He said, they threatened to kill me and claimed that a bomb was placed in my dorm room. My school immediately alerted me and knew it was fake due to the fact that I don't even live in the dorms. First of all, just so you know, I'm prior MP. I was 31 Bravo, and I've responded to bomb threats before, and we absolutely do not respond to bomb threats and just say, oh, it was fake because you don't live in the freaking dorms.
Yeah.
So that's absolute bull crap. You would have already assumed that maybe it was placed in another dorm or placed in and it also said in the email that it was placed in a public building, so that would have had to have been investigated as well. So me being the person that I am, I'm like, I'm going to just call in NYU. You know, it's not hard to do. It's, you know, anyone can do this. So I called NYU and I asked them to transfer me to campus security, which is open 24/7. It was on a Sunday. And I talked to them, and the man that picked up the phone, it was dispatch. He gave his dispatch number and everything. And I said, hey, can you let me know if you're under any kind of bomb threat or have been in the past week? Because it was on September 21st that it supposedly happened. This was a few days later. And I said, have you been under any kind of alert in the past week? He said, no. That's literally how he responded. He said,
and that's a fair question, because I'm just saying you might want to know if your school is under a bomb threat. I mean, just
right.
I think that's a fair question.
Any parent of a student would want to know that, right? And so I tweeted back or posted back. I freaking hate that it's called.
You can say tweet.
Okay, cool. But I told him that I called NYU and connected with the school's campus safety, and that they told me that there were no alerts and knew nothing of what he was talking about. And then after that, I wrote an open records request, because I write a lot of those. That's how I get to the bottom of a lot and find out a lot of information. I wrote an open records request to NYPD asking them for the police report. And then he responded by calling me an idiot.
Ooh.
Like right off the bat, he called me an idiot. He said the threat never made it to campus safety because it was never taken seriously. Any bomb threat should be taken seriously, first of all. Yeah. But they knew it was fake from the beginning due to the fact that I don't live in the dorms. I've already addressed that. This was, listen to this part though. This was handled by me and people involved in student life. You don't have to harass these poor people. What school in their right mind allows a student and the student body to handle a bomb threat?
None.
You just they don't do that.
Hey, Sarah, I have to give some context. Harry Sisson DM'd me when he saw you were coming on the show.
God, you sound like such a homosexual when you say that. I mean, seriously.
But I invited.
Okay, show all three of us. Show all three of us. I want to see this. Okay.
So I invited him on the show. I'm like, please defend yourself, and he said no, of course. But then he kept sending. He told me like certain things to respond to, and he was like, I want Sarah to know that student life does not mean literal students. It means the campus adult people that work in student life. It wasn't just students. So I guess what's your response to that?
Oh, so what he says, I shouldn't take him for what he says then?
No, Jimmy, shut up. Student Life is like an organization that within the school that helps the students. So it's like, you know, like you're a counselor or something. It's a student life thing.
Are they trained on bomb threats?
Yeah, I don't think they are.
I would seriously doubt it. If they were, I'd be very
apparently,
impressed.
I'm not sure.
What's Harry saying? What are you guys doing? He's saying that the bomb threat was real. Is that the story?
Of course he's saying the bomb threat is real, and he said the reason he says student life is because it was like the campus people who are qualified to handle it. I'm not sure. But Sarah, I'll let you continue where the plot thickens with the Cleary Act and all that weird stuff.
Yeah, okay, so this is crazy. So we all know who Harry works for. I mean, literally days after this whole bomb threat thing happened, there's a video of him on TikTok in I believe it was a hotel room with Obama and talking to Obama.
What? Were they having sex? Why was he in a hotel room with Barack Obama?
If they had been, I wouldn't have been surprised. But
Barack
surprisingly,
Obama,
they were not doing that.
Did you read those letters that he wrote to his ex-girlfriend? I read them all the time before I go to bed at night. Sometimes I get the Lubriderm out and
It makes you so happy.
Oh, it makes you really relaxed. For about 2 minutes, I'm really frantic, and then I'm really relaxed after I read it.
Just so everybody knows, I don't usually sound like this, but
kinda hot.
I have an upper respiratory infection.
It's kind of hot.
I'll just stay perpetually infected for you.
It's Lady Gaga-esque, and we actually had her dad on the show.
It's like Girl
nice.
RFK Jr.
No, Jimmy,
Oh,
do
man.
not do that,
No, that's-
Jimmy.
that's
he has a
good.
disease. You're racist against.
Oh, that's
you're
terrible.
ableist. I don't deal with ableist. No, you don't sound like RFK. Okay, no, let's get to the Clery Act, though. I wanna get
Okay,
into
so the Clery Act. For people who do not know, the Clery Act is something, let's just say, that's connected with NYU. The NYU, which is the school that Harry goes to, which, by the way, is not doxing, even though he accused me of doxing him. It's literally all over the internet, and he talks himself about where he goes to school. So that's stupid. But at NYU, there is something called the Clery Act, and this goes with any university. They are required by law to report any criminal incident that occurs at a school. And myself, and after I had already gotten so many people riled up with my response and what I posted about Harry, myself and a ton of people got on the Clery Act and began looking for this bomb threat incident, and it just was not there. It wasn't there.
So that's how you know there was no cop, there was no police
There was
report?
nothing. There was literally nothing. There was no proof of this bomb threat, which all of a sudden, which made Harry look bad even more. And so,
I know, because I made a police report last night because my Uber Eats driver was 45 minutes late. So I'm very familiar.
you can
with,
make a police report about anything.
I know. If you're 45 minutes late and you're delivering my Kung Pao tofu, I'm calling the police on you.
Yeah, and it wasn't a lie. So anyway, so all these people started making a stink. That started to go viral about it not being in the Clery Act. And then magically, Harry comes on the scene. He says, again, starts offending people, saying they're not, he told me I didn't do my due diligence, all this stuff, and said, here it is right here. It is on the Clery Act. And he pointed out, right? You can see him on his video pointing out where it is on the Clery Act. First of all, on that report, it doesn't say anything about a bomb threat. It says aggravated harassment, I believe is what it said, and false report. It doesn't say anything about a bomb threat. Please remember that. So then I was like, okay, what do I do? Because I have gone back through all of this information over the past couple days, and it was never there, and all of a sudden, magically, it's there. Again, he has very powerful people behind him. I know he does. We all know this. So anyway, a good friend of mine contacted me and said, you can go back into the, and I'm not technology inclined at all, but you can go back into the cached, is it?
Archived.
Yeah,
The archived website and see that is true. I was like, okay, so he gave me step-by-step directions. I did that. I went back, and sure enough, it was not there. So it literally was not inputted.
It was added after.
It was added after the fact. It was added about, I think it was like 4 or 5 days after the fact.
Wow.
So I was able to take a screenshot of that and then compare it to Harry's picture, which ticked him off so bad that I made him look like someone's sister. Like he was being ratioed out of his mind. Like I'm sure it angered him a lot.
I ratio him all the time. It's very easy.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, it is probably easy to do, especially now.
So what happened though? So now the Clear Act. So what's the latest with it? Has he admitted
Well,
that?
Sarah, the one other thing he wanted me to share on being his behalf,
Jimmy,
on being Harry
why
Sisson,
are you
he wanted me
like
to
this?
bring up number 6, the NYU president.
Oh yeah, the
made
lovely
a statement.
Okay.
Made a
by
statement a week
NYU
later.
Spokesperson, yeah, John Beckham. First of all, I would love to see the financials of this person. First of all, second of all, let me tell you something. This statement did not come out. Look at the date on there. This statement did not come out until a week after the incident occurred, an entire week after myself and quite a few people put pressure on NYU because I put out a post that said, if Harry is lying about the bomb threat, then that's absolutely terrible. But if he's not lying about the bomb threat, then it makes NYU look bad because they did not respond appropriately to a bomb threat. And that went viral as well, and it put a lot of pressure on NYU. Everyone was tagging NYU, and then magically this statement appears. Okay, I want you to remember that. The next part in this, is that if you look, if you go to number 5, go to number 5 real quick. There was another bomb threat on the 28th. Okay, I want you to look at the time that it occurred and that it was reported. It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a 20-minute
2:30.
timeline.
It happened
okay?
at 2:11, and at 2:32 is the report.
Yeah, same day that it occurred. It was posted on the Clery Act. It was occurred and reported within 20 minutes. It was responded to very quickly. If you go back and look at the other one, the one from the 21st, it occurred, I believe it was like 1:30 in the morning, and it showed that it wasn't reported until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It
Harry.
was a bomb threat 9 hours
Harry's
later
in the chat.
reported.
Harry's
Harry,
in
you're
the
a
chat.
liar, Harry. You're a liar.
No, I'm
You've
being
been
serious.
busted, Harry. You've been busted lying.
No,
Just
I'm
admit it.
just stop. Harry's in the chat.
Okay, don't tell me to stop, Jimmy. You're the
I'm
one
not
who needs to
kidding.
stop. I know. You need to stop being such a dumbass. Jimmy going to Princeton, being best friends with Harry.
Here.
Don't tell me to stop on my own show. First of all, Jimmy, I don't care what Harry Sisson says. I'm not. He loves to be a victim, a little baby back bitch.
Wait,
I'm sure he's in the chat being a victim
do you want
now.
him to call in? Do you want him to call in?
We're about to talk to the accuser. He needs to pick a better at the end of the episode. We got Lindsay Hill on.
Okay, we'll have him call in at the end. Okay, how about that?
Okay, why? You're the producer. Why don't you get this stuff set? You're best friends with him. Why don't you get this stuff
I invited him on.
organized?
He said no.
no.
He changed his
Harry,
mind.
you're a liar, and you got busted lying because they made a bomb threat and they made the report within 20 minutes, and then your fake bomb threat, it took them a week, and then the NYU had to make a statement and all this stuff because you got your hand caught in the cookie
And the
jar.
thing is that even if he was telling the half-truth about a bomb threat, his story back and forth changed so many stinking times that it comes to the point it's like, who do you even believe anymore?
Yeah, I know.
Who are you
know
supposed
how-
to believe?
And also, I know how he got into NYU. He said he was Venezuelan. I know that he lied about that, I think. Is that true? Ask him in the chat. That's just alleged. Don't hold me to that, but I've heard allegedly that he lied on his admissions and said he was Venezuelan.
We
Ask
can
him
ask
if he's being, is he Venezuelan? Dead naming is Venezuelan or whatever it's called? Transracially? Is he a transracial guy?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I just want to choke you. Now let's get to that. Okay, we'll have him at the end of the episode.
I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself